And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, in today's video, of course, we're going to be going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. That includes why Liverpool have been handed a massive boost in the pursuit for that second Premier League title. But let's start, of course, with the game tomorrow. Yes, Liverpool back in action, whilst a lot of excitement is building towards the game against Manchester United in the FA Cup at the weekend. There is a lot of... we do have another game against Sparta Prague, and whilst many may see it as a sort of dead rubber, and I could agree with you with that, 5-1 going into play at Anfield, you probably expect us to get the job done, and I fully expect us to do so. I always find these games fairly exciting because we get to start to maybe see some other younger players. It's been a story of our season seeing young players get their chance, but we could see some even younger players get a chance to step up, which I always think is great. Great to see. It's certainly getting excited every time we do see a new Liverpool youngster come onto the field. Now, whilst, look, we do have expectations to potentially get to the final, UEFA itself has been bracing itself for an extremely challenging possibility of a Rangers versus Liverpool Europa League final in Dublin. Europe's football governing body has reserved a 82,000 capacity Croke Park Stadium as a potential fan zone, but is concerned even that might not be enough to accommodate everyone who may come to Dublin without a ticket to soak up the atmosphere for the match on Wednesday, May 22nd. Both clubs have huge followings in Ireland and remain in contention to reach the final at the Aviva Stadium, with Rangers level with Benfica heading into the second leg at Ibrox on Thursday, and Liverpool 5-1 up against Sparta Prague with a return at Anfield to come. There are other presumptions too which may prove a headache for UEFA, whose General Secretary Theodore Theodoris said on Thursday, "One of the biggest challenges for us this year could be the Europa League final. Under certain conditions, because of the potential teams that could qualify, this might end up being the most challenging for us. We know they will bring a number of supporters without tickets, and then there is the issue of potential public viewing venues. We have already reserved Croke Park as a potential viewing venue, but that could not be enough. There are a couple of pairings, I won't speculate on the names, but you are clever enough to work it out. That would be extremely challenging to find ways to accommodate everybody and will be present for the game. We are working on this already together with the local authorities and football supporters in Europe. If we do get one of those scenarios, we will also go to the supporters of the clubs involved to find the best solution. The biggest problem we have now is whether Croke Park would be big enough, because we think we would need more alternatives for public viewing for the people who will be in Dublin. It's not an easy operation, and it's just for a couple of scenarios, which would make it extremely complicated, especially with clubs who already have a large fan base on the island of Ireland. But we are working on it and will involve the fan bases as well. We have sent to see semis, and then we'll start the work then as well. So yeah, interesting scenario there with regards to the Europa League. I did state, it'll probably be Jurgen Klopp's last game, and regardless of who Liverpool do get in that final, Liverpool do have a huge support on the island of Ireland, whether that be from the Republic or from Northern Ireland, and you can better believe that there's people going to be travelling in their numbers from the United Kingdom mainland and all other areas of the world for that last game. So regardless of who it's against, I think they're going to have a problem anyway, because there's going to be a ton of people if Liverpool do get to that final. Now, in other news, guys, of course, as stated, we have been handed a massive boost. Yes, Liverpool nearing the end of another grueling run of fixtures that has been made even more testing by a series of injuries. But fortunately for Jurgen Klopp, a fitness crisis that had threatened to derail the season should be starting to ease. Here, we examine how the German squad is shaping up ahead of the run-in. Ibrahima Konate, muscle. His last appearance, of course, was in Sparta Prague away on March 7th, and the Frenchman missed Sunday's 1-1 draw with Manchester City after pulling up with a muscle issue during the preceding visit to Sparta Prague. However, it is thought only to be minor, and so Konate should be in contention to face Manchester United this weekend. He was spotted running freely around the pitch at the AXA training centre on Tuesday, and though not yet in full training, that is a positive sign. Ryan Gravenberch, ankle, last appearance was the Carabao Cup final on February 25th, and as reported by LFC News last week, Gravenberch is recovering from an ankle ligament damage sustained courtesy of a poor challenge from Moises Caicedo in the Carabao Cup final. Fortunately, he avoided a more serious injury and is expected to be back after the international break at the latest. Curtis Jones, ankle. Last appearance, Brentford away, February 17th. Pep Linders appeared to give Jones a chance of returning before the break when late last month. He said Curtis is probably the first one to come back around the international break. It remains to be seen if the young scouser will be available this week, but if not, there is a certain to be involved against Brighton on March 31st. Trent Alexander-Arnold, knee, last appearance, Burnley on February 10th. Alexander-Arnold is recovering from an LCL injury and is expected he will be back to face Brighton after the break. Encouragingly, the right-back was seen without a brace on his knee as he applauded players off the pitch after the draw with Manchester City. Stefan Bajcetic, muscular skeletal. Last appearance, Leicester in September 27th. The 19-year-old has been restricted to just 2 appearances this season as a result of a stress response in his adductor as a subsequent growing pains. Liverpool are taking a cautious approach to his recovery, but Klopp recently intimated that he is close to resuming training and return after the international break is not out of the question. Alisson, hamstring, last appearance, Arsenal away on February 4th. Alisson has been out since suffering a serious hamstring injury last month, but it is thought he'll be back around early April. Diego Jota, knee injury, last appearance, Brentford away on February 17th. Jota is working to a similar timeline after he sustained a knee injury at Brentford, with mid-April the target according to reports in Portugal. Ben Doak, knee, last appearance, Union Saint-Gilles on December 14th. Doak too should be back in April, having undergone surgery on a torn meniscus prior to Christmas. Thiago, muscle, last appearance, Arsenal away, February 4th. Klopp was forced to concede that Thiago might not feature again this season after he sustained a muscle injury on a long way to returning at Arsenal. With the Spaniard out of contract at the end of the season, his Liverpool career is likely over. Joel Matip, injury, knee, last appearance, Fulham, December 3rd. The same goes for Matip, who has no chance of appearing again this season after suffering an ACL injury. So there you go, guys. As stated, a full injury sort of layout there for you. And as you can see, we have a lot of key players returning for this run-in. We do have 2 games left to go. As stated, Sparta Prague, we've got a 5-1 lead already. And then against Manchester United will probably be one of our biggest tests. Then after the international break, guys, we're going to see a lot of players return. As stated, Trent Alexander-Arnold looks like one. Curtis Jones looks like one. Ryan Gravenberch is one. Ibrahima Konate is one. Alisson should be not soon after that. So that is a huge boost for us in terms of our looking to try and compete on all fronts and win all 4 trophies. So yeah, something there to maybe put a smile on your face. But Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts on the game tomorrow night against Sparta Prague. Let me know your score predictions down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all next time, guys. Take care. Peace.